Your body already knows how to heal itself. The question is whether you've been getting in its way. Every pill you've ever swallowed worked partly because you believed it would. And by the end of this, you'll understand why that belief might be the most powerful medicine you've ever had access to. In 1996, a surgeon named Bruce Moseley performed arthroscopic knee surgery on a group of patients with severe osteoarthritis. He scraped damaged cartilage, flushed the joint, did everything by the book. Another group received the same anesthesia, the same incisions, the same post-op bandages. He never touched the joint. 2 years later, both groups reported the same level of pain relief, the same improvement in mobility. Patients who received fake surgery were playing basketball again. Sit with that for a second. A man's knee improved because he believed a surgeon fixed it. The scalpel never went in. His body did the repair work alone, directed by nothing more than an expectation. This is where most people stop. They hear placebo effect and file it under interesting trivia, a quirk of psychology, a footnote in medical journals. But the research over the past 2 decades has gone somewhere far stranger than a quirk. Fabrizio Benedetti, a neuroscientist at the University of Turin, has spent years mapping what happens inside the body when a placebo works. When a person takes a sugar pill believing it's a painkiller, their brain releases endorphins, real, measurable chemical painkillers manufactured by the body itself. Benedetti proved this by giving patients naloxone, a drug that blocks endorphin receptors. The placebo effect vanished. The pain came rushing back. Your body produced its own morphine. Then a chemical blocker proved the morphine was real. This means belief triggered a specific biochemical cascade, identical to what a pharmaceutical drug would trigger. The pill was fake. The chemistry was genuine. So what exactly is belief doing at the cellular level? Think about the last time you bit into a lemon. Your mouth watered before the juice hit your tongue. Your body responded to the anticipation, to the memory, to the expectation of sourness. Saliva production is a measurable physiological event. Your mind made it happen with nothing but a thought. Scale that up. Way up. Ted Kaptchuk at Harvard ran a study that broke one of the foundational assumptions about placebos. He told patients openly that they were receiving a placebo, no deception. The bottle said, placebo on it. The patients still improved. IBS symptoms reduced significantly compared to the group that received no treatment at all. People who knew they were taking sugar pills got better anyway. This dismantles the obvious explanation. You can't say they just thought it was real medicine. They knew it was fake. Something deeper than conscious belief was operating. Kapchuk's theory is that the ritual itself carries healing power. The act of taking a pill, the interaction with a caring practitioner, the story your body tells itself when it enters a healing context. Your body listens to context the way a musician listens to a conductor. The notes are already inside the instrument. The conductor determines which ones get played. Now here's where the territory gets uncomfortable for materialist science. If belief generates real biochemistry, then the boundary between mind and body is a convenience, a filing system we invented. Every ancient healing tradition, from Ayurveda to traditional Chinese medicine to the temple sleep practices of ancient Greece, operated on this assumption. The body and mind are one system. Western medicine spent 3 centuries separating them. The placebo research is stitching them back together. Neville Goddard taught something that maps onto this science with eerie precision. He said the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the creative act. Feel the reality of health in your body, inhabit it as though it's already true, and the body conforms. He wasn't speaking metaphorically. He was describing in the language of mysticism the same mechanism Benedetti measured in a lab. The challenge is that this works in both directions. Robert Hahn, an anthropologist, documented what he called the nocebo effect, the placebo's dark twin. When patients were told a harmless substance would make them nauseous, they vomited. When doctors delivered grim prognoses with certainty, patients declined faster than their biology predicted. In one case, a man diagnosed with terminal cancer died within weeks. The autopsy revealed the tumor was tiny, nowhere near fatal. His belief in the diagnosis killed him faster than the disease could. Your expectations are writing prescriptions your body fills without question. This is why mental diet matters so much in spiritual practice. Every thought you repeat is a dose. Every fear you rehearse is a necessity. Every assumption about your body's weakness or fragility is an instruction your cells receive and act on. Goddard called it living in the end. Modern researchers call it expectancy theory. The vocabulary differs. The mechanism is identical. Your sustained mental state becomes your biological state, but knowing this creates a trap. People hear, "Your beliefs affect your health," and immediately start performing positivity, forcing affirmations through gritted teeth, pasting gratitude over genuine pain. That approach fails because the body doesn't respond to words. It responds to felt states. You can say, "I am healthy," 1,000 times while your stomach stays clenched with fear, and your body will obey the clench. The real practice is quieter than that, slower. It looks like sitting with your eyes closed and genuinely feeling what it would feel like to wake up without pain. Letting the sensation become so real that your breathing changes, your shoulders drop, something in your chest loosens. You're rehearsing a state of being, and your body begins to match the rehearsal. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon found that patients who practiced mindfulness meditation for just 8 weeks showed measurable changes in immune function. Their bodies produced more antibodies in response to a flu vaccine than the control group. 8 weeks of paying attention to the present moment altered immune response. The meditation didn't target the immune system directly, it changed the mental environment, and the body followed. This points to something the spiritual traditions have insisted on for millennia. You are the environment your body lives in. Your habitual thoughts, your emotional baseline, your default assumptions about reality. These form the atmosphere your cells breathe. Change the atmosphere, and the cells adapt. The discipline this requires is genuine. It means catching yourself in the middle of a worried thought about your health and choosing deliberately to shift your attention every time, for weeks. It means sitting in meditation when your mind screams that you should be doing something productive. It means trusting a process you can't see on a timeline you don't control. A skeptic would say this is just stress reduction dressed up in spiritual language. Fair enough. Let's steelman that. Chronic stress suppresses immune function, increases inflammation, accelerates aging at the cellular level. Reducing stress through any means, meditation, belief, ritual, placebo, would naturally improve health outcomes. The skeptic's explanation still lands in the same place. Your mental state is a direct input to your physical health. Whether you frame that as stress reduction or the creative power of consciousness depends on your vocabulary. The body doesn't care about your framework. It just responds. But the placebo research goes beyond stress reduction. Benedetti's work showed that placebos activate specific neurotransmitter systems depending on what the patient expects. Expect pain relief, and endorphins flow. Expect reduced anxiety, and the brain's benzodiazepine receptors activate, the same receptors targeted by Valium. The body isn't just calming down generically, it's manufacturing targeted pharmaceuticals based on specific expectations. That level of precision should stop you cold. Your body runs a pharmacy more sophisticated than anything on a drugstore shelf. The prescription is written by what you believe is about to happen. The Sufis had a phrase for this. They called it polishing the mirror of the heart. A dirty mirror reflects a distorted image. A clean mirror reflects reality as it is. Your beliefs are the mirror. When the mirror is clouded with fear, limitation, and inherited assumptions about what's possible, the reflection, your lived experience, comes back distorted. The practice of inner work is the polishing, slow, repetitive, and glamorous. You won't feel a dramatic shift on day 3. You probably won't feel one on day 30. The body has momentum. Years of habitual thought have carved grooves, and new patterns take time to establish themselves. This is where most people quit. They try the meditation for 2 weeks, notice nothing obvious, and conclude it doesn't work. The patients in Kapchuk's study took their placebo pills twice a day for 3 weeks. Consistency, ritual, repetition. The healing wasn't in the pill, it was in the commitment to the practice itself. Your body is listening right now, to the tension in your jaw, to the rhythm of your breathing, to the background hum of whatever you've been telling yourself about your life. Every signal is a prescription being filled in real time. The question was never whether belief heals. Decades of research have settled that. The question is what you've been prescribing yourself without realizing it, and whether you're willing to change the dosage.